bespoke point charts, a waffle chart. This is what a waffle chart looks like. In essence, it's a grid, in our case 10 by 10, where the color represents the actual value. It visualizes the value which we can see above. One of the key things is that a waffle chart should always have an accompanying value so that it could read the percentage immediately, as opposed to having to count dots. In this tutorial, we are also going to make our waffle chart dynamic. So if you want a 5 by 5 grid or 5 by 10 grid, you can actually achieve this. So let's get started. Let's open up Tableau desktop. So the first thing we'll do is go to Microsoft Excel and load in our superstore dataset. I want us to drag orders onto the query panel. Yep, see the data load, and let's go to sheet 1. From here, we're going to start off with our data densification technique. We will do this by right clicking on ship mode, go to create and calculated field. I want us to label this as path, and in the formula, if and only if ship mode is equal to first class, then I want to put 1 else 100. This gives us our points that we will use for data densification. The next step is to take path, right click, go to create and select bins. And now we want each of the bin size equal to 1. Brilliant. Now the last step for us is to create a parameter. I'm going to call this columns. So this will allow us to select the number of columns that we want. By default, I'm going to leave this as 10, but we would explore this. This is the first step, just getting some of the basics there. Now we are going to create our grid. Let's create a new calculated field, and we are going to call this index. Index -1. For me, I like to start at zeros. I don't know why, it could be a programming thing. I am then going to create another calculated field, and I'm going to call this rows. And I'm going to say index divided by columns. And I'm going to cast this as an integer, which would essentially do a floor function, i.e. take the integer number only and exclude the decimals. Now, lastly, create. I want columns. And I'm going to say index modulo columns. If you've not used the modulo function before, it's a percentage sign and it is really underutilized, but we'll see the effect here. Now, with that created, I want us to now build our grid. You can see, nice and simple. I want us to take region and put it into columns. I want us to take columns and bring that again into columns. So why so far? I want rows and I'll take that onto rows. Now, I want to take path bin. I want to drop it into rows initially. I want us to right click on this and ensure that show missing values is selected. When we're doing data densification, sometimes it's not selected, sometimes it is. We are just making sure. Then I want to drag this onto the detail. So we have our path bin, we have our rows, we have our columns. Now I want us to edit compute by or compute using. Right click on columns, go to compute using, select path bin. As you can see, we are now computing this table calculation based on the path bin object. Let's do the same with rows. Right click, go to compute using, path bin. And there we have it, we have our grid. This is pretty awesome. So with our grid created, we can go from automatic, we can choose circles. In our case, I want us to choose squares for now. Now the key is that now that we have our grid, we will now need to apply our data to this grid to add our color. So because we're using data densification, we need to create some table calculations so that our values can be seen in all of these individual dots, so we can create calculations. So let's create a few calculations based on our data set so we can pull our values out. Let's go to create calculated field. Let's call this TC for table calculation. Cells. Underneath, I want us to write Windows sum of cells, and close. There we have it. We are going to create a duplicate of this. We're going to call this total cells, and it will have the exact same formula. However, we are going to change how it's computed so that the TC's total cells will be for the entire table, where the TC cells will be for each region. Let's click OK. Now we want to create a percentage. So let's create a calculated field. Let's call this TC percentage. TC cells divided by TC total cells. Nice and easy. So now that we have our cells, our total cells, and our percentage, we're almost there. I want us to now create a table calculation to represent color, and this is how we're going to do it. Let's go to create calculated field again. Let's call this TC color. Here we will say if index, i.e. the current point, divided by window max index, i.e. how many indexes, how many points in the pane. If that's less than TC percentage, i.e. is less than a percent, then we are going to assign it to color, else we are going to make it gray. End. So think about that. Each of these points will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are taking a maximum within the pane, so that's 100. And then we're comparing that against the percentage and assigning a color or gray. Let's click OK. Let's bring this now onto color. As you can see, it doesn't quite work, but that's fine because we haven't edited the table calculation yet, or configured, so to speak. Let's right click on TC color, go to compute using, and select path bin. Almost getting there. Now what we want to do is right click on TC color, edit table calculation, and now for total cells, we want to actually calculate the total cells based on path and region. So typically what I think of when I think about specific dimensions is that if you tick this, it includes it within your calculation. If you don't tick, then it resets based on this dimension. So we don't want any reset, we want to take the total cells value. And as you can see, we now have our color and we have our gray. I want us to do one thing though. I want us to double click on rows, and I want you to reverse this so that the color is on the top. However, as per our example, I want a color for each individual region. So I don't just want blue and gray, I want an actual region based color. So let's give that a try. Let's edit our TC color table calculation. Instead of putting color here, let's put window max, and let's put region. Again, it's because we're dealing with table calculations, we have to wrap our region within one as well. Let's click apply, and as you can see, you now have individual sections colored. Let's now finish off our data visualization. Let's double click on gray, and let's actually assign that a gray color. Let's hide the following. We already know that this is region, so we can right click on region, hide field labels. Now I want us to take TC percentage and put that right in between. Don't worry about it at the moment. I want us to now turn this into a discrete. As you can see, you have a value. Now I want us to apply some formatting. Let's format the TC percentage. Let's turn this into an actual percentage. Beautiful. Oh, 2 decimal places is fine. Let's increase the size. Let's see what 20 looks like. That's quite big and bold. I like that. Let's create some space. Okay, it doesn't seem to want to resize. This is one of these bugs that really annoys me at times, but that's fine. Let's decrease the size a bit. Let's get rid of some of the lines, because we don't really need these at all. So I'm just going to set these to none. So again, I just clicked on the pane, went to format, and then start formatting away the lines. Now for the borders, I'm going to remove my row divider, and for column divider, as a last step, I'm going to change it to a dashed line. I don't really need my legends anymore, so I'm going to hide these. I'm just going to rename the sheet. I'm going to call this Waffle Chart. What I want to do now is just for fun. Let's go to Formats, Animations. So let's enable animations. Make it a bit slow so we can see it. Now I want us to take order date, bring it into filter, select years. I'm going to select 2020 for now. Let's show this filter. Right click on the down caret. Let's say single value for now. So now we should be able to select our data. And you can see the waffle changes. So let's quickly review what we've done. We first drew our grid of squares 10 by 10. We then created a calculation for the color, and we applied this. One last step that we didn't look at, but we will now, is columns. Let's show this parameter. So we have 10. We could also type 5. Let's say entire view just for fun, see what it looks like. So if we select 10, how about 20? So with animations, this becomes a lot of fun. And again, we can modify our path bins to create a smaller number as well. So instead of our bins being 1, let's make it 2. Again, we can really play around with this, but the key is that we've created a dynamic waffle chart. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you need to, please revisit this again. However, if you're ready, let's move on to the next exercise.